Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs. It's the Cowboys and the Rams.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Southern California as we've got playoff football ahead in the City of Angels. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing, Prescott. Flushed out right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebacks for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Prescott to throw it. It's caught. Tolbert. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. To throw is Prescott. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Really talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So on fourth down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way to win a game. Because not only do you want to savor getting there, you also want to have success as well.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. They'll run for the first time here with Kyron Williams. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right? To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd and 19. To throw is Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007. That season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way? Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play.
Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the break.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
On now is Ty Zentner to punt. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. That's complete. Jordan Whittington. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. Corum is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Prescott now. Caught left side, Williams. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. On play action, Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there. And it's 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now Stafford. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got it as we resume action. Play action. Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Corum to begin the drive. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. Ethan Evans on now to punt. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Prescott. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the 1st as that leads to 4th down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Williams the one there defensively.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. They run once more with Corum. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the middle. Here's Corum. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now it's Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. To the air again, Stafford. Open man is Atwell, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Stafford now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And it'll be 4th down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Corum. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. Prescott from the gun. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On the option to give to Williams here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 62 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Throwing is Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Out of the gun, Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, it's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw is Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there as the first half is winding down, and the Rams have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Point after, right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Prescott to throw it. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down up to the 47-yard line. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
We saw a vintage first half from the veteran Matthew Stafford. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They run straight ahead with Corum. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Corum. Shoves him away. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, a give to Corum. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Now Stafford to the right side and complete to Atwell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They try the left side here with Williams. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 3rd and 12. Throwing. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Slot man moves right. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Running left, Corum. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw, Stafford. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches, don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Prescott off play action. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. That is caught, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Stafford now to throw. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Out of the gun, they give it to Corum. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On the handoff, Corum. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the give, it's Corum. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
That's how you get right up off of the mat because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. The quick slant caught. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here's Stafford. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set 4-4. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Again, it's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 24-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Prescott now. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back, but boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. It'll go as a gain of 4, and 3rd and 8 now. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
Prescott from the gun. Escaping, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead now up to 14.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. L.A. readies for its next possession.
And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. To throw is Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down. Play action. Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Again, it's Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Corum. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Back to throw, Stafford.
That's quickly to Atwell on a slant. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. In motion, the tight end. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Corum. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Pass complete to Tolbert on the crossing route.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. Tutu Atwell. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Stafford now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Now it's Stafford.
Here's back-to-back catches for Javonte Adams.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Here now, 3rd down.
Now Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. And that one too wide and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
They'll look to throw. And he is across and in for
score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for two and try to win it right now?
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first, game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Not lacking aggressiveness here to begin overtime, Charles. A pretty big play right there, and looked like it might have caught the defense off guard. They may have been expecting something a little more conservative. Yeah, they've got to shore things up in a big way, because they make any more mistakes like that and really let them drive it on them, they'll be putting their offense in a tough spot to answer if they want to extend their season. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down. Now it's Stafford. Pass incomplete. So third down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly? I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. Stafford looks to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play.
And it'll be second down. Play action. Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Damone Clark bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Prescott now after the fumble recovery.
Pickens is there on the crossing route.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Being chased out left. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10.
Now Dak on the option left. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Here's Prescott.
Pickens on the slant. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd down and 1.
Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime, and they are marching on to the playoffs. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.